All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nerf Surf and Turf map day 21. This is our view from afar. So this is going to be pretty quick. Some major things have happened, so I'm going to try to highlight what's going on now and just sort of try to put it all together into a nice little neat package for you to contemplate. So first of all, it does look like the New World has stabilized over here. And I told Bullet Hole that I would specifically mention this because last time I was talking about this region, and then I got off on a tangent about backstabbing, and so I really need to make it clear that I was not referring to Bullet Hole specifically. I think I had just gotten through talking about how he kind of took everything here, and nobody else in his alliance got anything, and then I went off on that tangent. So allow me to just be very clear that Bullet Hole is not talking about backstabbing anybody at all. So I'm sorry if I gave that impression. A lot of what I do is kind of stream of consciousness stuff. And I'll even say I had to reflect honestly with myself and say, it's not such a bad thing that he took all this territory because he is the naval power. And guess what? There's a lot of between the New World and everybody else in this game. Water. There's a lot of water there. So it may actually be a really good strategic decision to have your naval power here in the middle game when Navy is just humming, right? Everybody's got a lot of ships in the water. So this, frankly, I just need to not armchair quarterback so much. This may be actually one of the best things they could do. And then maybe as they move into the later game, when bombers are starting to show up and wreak havoc, maybe then trade more over towards Orange Pit, who's the air player. But tell you what, I'll let them play their own damn game and leave them to it. But apologies if it sounded like I was implying that Bullet Hole was about to backstab anybody. He is not. He is definitely not. So clarity there, guys. Sorry about if that sounded that way. I kind of look back on it and I'm like, yeah, I did start talking about that in that region. And there was some back chatter about, but not Bullet Hole, but about some other stuff that had happened in the New World. So my bad, folks, my bad. Okay, so moving on down, we can see that it does look like we have no more capitals left from the Libby brothers. They just plumb collapsed under the weight of tons of countries attacking. So I talked about this a little bit on the detailed cast that I just did. But I think in some ways, Benaiah was a victim of his own reputation. So he's got a reputation as a strong strategic player, very intelligent. He's leading some of the alliance play that's going on right now, and the tournament's about to begin. The tournament begins tomorrow afternoon, by the way. In case you're not aware, the universe has two alliances that we are fielding this tournament. So exciting stuff. Benaiah is quarterbacking one of those games, and then he's going to pass the leadership baton around as they play different tournament games. But anyway, Benaiah has a reputation as being a very, very intelligent player and a very strong strategic player. And I think in some ways in this game, people gave his team more standing than perhaps was merited. So in other words, they viewed them as a larger threat. I watched it happen. I was like, well, to me, the big threat was always the central power here. But Benaiah was perceived as a large threat. And sure enough, a bunch of different people attacked, and now they are collapsing. So it's safe to say GG for the Southern Alliance down here. Silver Star is still holding out, but he's surrounded. It looks bad. You can see up here Caucasus is coming down. You can see over here, we've got, this is all Romania has taken over all of old East Libya and part of West Libya. And so he is surrounded. And that's just not the way you want to be at this point in the game, frankly. We see good old Morocco has taken territories here, and all the way over here. And in my other video, I likened it to, and they're of course in Spain. I was like, here's this little country who's basically elbowing his way up to the front of the table and just capturing. One of these is a double gas. I think it's this one is a double gas, just boldly walking in and capturing like double energy tiles. You got to admire that, good for you, Morocco. Tough little scrappy country taking territories, not not standing by the wayside, but actually gathering territory. What the heck? Why not? So what we've kind of settled on here, and I promised you it wasn't going to be a long game. What we've kind of settled here is you can see it looks like Finland has taken over Great Britain's Eastern European territories that were gifted from Poland earlier in the game. We can see that Sweden has taken all of these early territories that Great Britain took at the very beginning of the game. Remember, this was when Germany was still active and Austria-Hungary was still active. Great Britain came over and took these 4 territories. Those are now Sweden's. So, and it looks like mainland England is about to fall as well. You can see already, this is Greenland. Greenland has captured most of Ireland here, and this down here is northern Canada. So northern Canada has also landed here on the Isles, and so boom, taken over basically. It looks like Great Britain is also on their way out. So we have a couple teams that are on their way out. This southern team down here, it looks like they're headed out, and Page left over from that early last minute team thrown together, playing so strong throughout this game. Looks like Page is potentially on their way out as well, just overrun basically. So what we have here is we're starting to have these mega coalitions. So what we have is the North, massive North. Just look at the pink, the purple, and the aquamarine here. That is a lot of territory, and it's about to be more. I'll tell you this, without zooming in, I can tell you, Sweden is swarming this island. So, yeah, the North turning into a mega coalition. The center here, same thing, turning into a mega coalition. There's no question about it. What's going on over here? This is Ukraine. Okay, so Ukraine, Swedish Viking, Caucasus, and of course, Romania taking over all of this. And it's really just a matter of time before those 3 squeeze out Egypt. So that is going to be a huge block as well. So we have 2, what I would call mega coalitions, the Northern Bloc and the East Central Bloc. But let's not forget the West Central Bloc. That's Papa Smitty, Grandma Karen, or Harkhold X, have a lot of military and have a decent amount of territory, especially with Smitty taking over most of Greece here, giving some of it to Spain, some of it to France to diversify over here. And you can also see that now Spain is attacking down into here. Papa Smitty, Italy, has attacked down into here. And even France has gotten a little piece of this action. Most likely by the end of this, they will have captured pretty much everything west of Hemlin's territories down here, Romania's territories down here. So this block of 3, don't forget, as far as I know, these 2 vassal nations are still in their orbit. So with the 5 of them together, I would say they too are a world power at this time. A little bit harder to gauge how powerful they might be since it's 5 instead of 3. Everyone else is 3, right? But they've somehow kind of managed to get Sweet and Oli on board here. And so if that remains the case, then I think they also are contenders. And then, of course, the New World here. I'm not sure what the New World has. It's always such a difficult situation. If you've ever played the 31-player map, I like to play Southern United States, take over the entire New World, and then make a go at it. But it's so hard to land in the New World, in the Old World rather. It's hard to land in Europe. It's hard to land in the Middle East because all the fortifications are just, built in. They've been there for so long, and you'll start to run into bombers. Oh man, bombers just make any kind of landing a nightmare. So really fascinated to see what happens with the New World heading into the end game. I'm fascinated by the fact that they did attack in over here onto the British Isles. I don't know if they're going to get any more than that, than what they've got, but they do have something over here, and they've got a place to land bombers if they want to get froggy. So very interesting stuff. It looks to me like we have 4 mega coalitions at this point in the game. And so to me, anything could happen. Let's just wait and see. I'm pretty excited. Here we are, day 21, 3 weeks in. Somebody in the chat who had just joined us, we're still getting new subscribers all the time, people coming in. People all the time on YouTube are like, hey, can you get me the Discord link, so I'm giving out that link left and right. And so somebody who was new on Discord was like, I can't believe, because I believe Nerf Surf and Turf Lounge is open to the public. Anybody can come in there. And they were just like, I can't believe this is game 20. This is day 21. And there are so many active players in the game. And it's true. It's like on a 31 player map, by day 21, you're usually down to 3 or 4. If you think about it, if you played the 31 player map at all. And so it's pretty nuts that we have a good dozen people still in this game, actively playing this game. So I'm pretty stoked about that too. And again, it's just the level of fun and attention. So here's what's coming up for us. The 2 Alliance tournament games beginning tomorrow. We might start sharing those, but I really don't want to risk in any way for the enemy team to be able to come on. So we might not share those until after the match is over. That'll be fun. And then Horse Force is coming up soon. So anybody in this game you've been driven crazy by the amount of detail and planning and talk and strategy you've had to do, I feel you. It's fun, but maybe you need a break. And that's what Horse Force is going to be. It's going to be a 100-player map. We're going to try to spam as many players onto that 100-player map as we can. There's not going to be any planning, no coalitions. The only rule is horses help horses. That's it. Okay, we're just going to run rampant. We're just going to build cavalry only. That's all we're allowed to build, but we're going to build tons and tons of cavalry. Now, we can trade with each other. We can help each other economically, but overall, let's make this one be as dumb as this current NST game is smart. Okay, let's have a dumb game. I'm kind of looking forward to that, actually, and I think I'm going to play in that game as well as cast it because I love them damn horses. So that's coming up next, especially if you're kind of exhausted from all the extreme focus from this game. Stretch out over there and have some fun with Horse Force coming up soon. All right, guys, thanks for checking in. I'll see y'all next time. Adios, amigos.